Hi there, Leslie Sanson Williams here. Wanted to discuss a topic that a lot of people wonder about. What is a paralegal job like? Well, it depends on the area of law that you work in, definitely, as to the duties that you'll perform. But in my book, Legal Break-In, I go over about several different careers within the paralegal field, different types of law, and I put those jobs in there because it would give you an overview of the duties that that particular paralegal would have to perform. And the one I'm going to talk about today is the immigration paralegal. The type of documents the immigration paralegal uses are forms. There are specific forms, just like in bankruptcy. There are specific forms that have to be used. And then when documents are filed with the court, they're uploaded in a most magnificent way by e-filing. It's really incredible how technically savvy the courts have become compared to 25 years ago. There was no such thing. We were hand filing everything. But now it's just log into the attorney's account and voila, there you go. You can file the documents. The immigration paralegal has, unique duties to perform and has to fill out those forms. The attorney will meet with the client. And some attorneys will bring in a paralegal in the beginning or maybe at the second meeting, and sometimes never. I was allowed to go into meetings in the personal injury field or even estate planning where we're doing wills and trusts to sit with the attorney and take notes. So the attorney could focus on the client and just ask questions, and I would take down all the info. And in an immigration practice, an attorney usually meets with the client or clients, sometimes families come in, and then will give direction to the paralegals as to how to proceed. There are usually initial documents that they have to file. And when the attorney gives you that info, sometimes he wants a case summary prepared so he can look it over. And one attorney that I know, and this is something that I just love, is that every phone call that comes in is documented, and what was discussed on the phone by the paralegal or the attorney is documented in a running file by date, not just in loose messages flying around. It's on the computer so that everything is documented that was discussed. And sometimes along the way, and this goes for other types of law practices too, once the client goes home, they're nervous in a meeting like that. They're nervous for the first meeting or two, but they'll go home and they'll start to remember details that they forgot to say in the first meeting, and they'll call up and usually talk to the paralegal, and then the paralegal will discuss it with the attorney if there are any, maybe things that might impact the case because of this new detail. So remember, the paralegal will be on the phone. You're the middle person between the client and the attorney, and you will be on the phone with the client. So that's important to realize. You're not in the back doing research and just filling out forms. These are complicated forms, by the way, and as in bankruptcy, they're very complicated. Correspondence letters between the client and the attorney will be written, typed up, yes, by the paralegal. If you're in a small firm, you don't have a secretary. Sometimes the receptionist will be asked to do letters, which is great because it actually teaches the receptionist more about the legal field, and that's the way I learned. So I'm all for that if that's doable. But many times the paralegal has to do that. So don't ever get an idea that you won't be doing letters to the client. That's ridiculous. So you will be responsible for understanding where you stand, where you are with each case. And again, documenting that on the computer in some type of system, doesn't have to be software. I mean, it could be on Word, Microsoft Word, something very easy, but where you know everything that's been done in that case, and you have a running narration of what we did. And then all the files are organized and up to date, so that if the attorney calls you in and asks you to bring the file in, that there's no embarrassment, that you understand where you are in each of those cases, that you know those cases inside out and backwards. So that's a role that the paralegal performs, and those basic ideas about organization and the skills you need go for every single area of law. But patent law will be completely different forms, different law, and that attorney is a specialist in that field. And it's fun to work with a specialist, I think, because you really get to know that area so well, just as if you were in the personal injury medical malpractice field. You understand after a few trials, and this is your first time in that field, what you have to do. So today was just a discussion on some of the duties, not all, but some of the duties of an immigration paralegal, just to give you a heads up as to what goes on every day. A good paralegal will track the cases, will document everything. There won't be items that just fall through the cracks. That's our job. So I hope that gave you some insight into what an immigration paralegal does. Of course, that's not all the duties. If you're an immigration paralegal right now, you know there's much more to it. But that's just an overview of some of the skills. So have a great day. There are many more positions shown in my book, Legal Break-In. And I hope you got something from this. Don't forget to visit my website at lesliesansonewilliams.com, and also go to the Facebook page, Paralegal Coffee Talk, where we meet. I post videos, I go live there, and it's just a lot of fun to do that. So have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.